All right. Please find a comfortable posture. I always say that. And I do think there's a very much a path of ease in this work. But at some point, if you're really doing this work, it doesn't matter what posture you're in, you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be so uncomfortable. Like, if this is working, you're going to get so uncomfortable. Like, all the ease in the world is going to catch up with us. And so, please take a seat. you know, I think that would be just the same. I say this because there's this, where I'm offering these guidance, these things to focus on. But I think in many ways, the thing that's consistent is that we're here for 15 minutes at a time and we're being still for that period of time. That I think has some of the strongest values. That's actually the thing that's happening every class. I might theme and give different points of context to examine in our meditation. But the thing that's actually staying constant is that you're just being still. And in some ways, the meditations can be misleading in that regard because it's like I have to succeed or fail or struggle to do the meditation. But I think really the most powerful ingredient is that you're sitting still. I was brought up in the Zen tradition and then many meditation ideas in the yoga tradition, but the enduring, the mind and its endless chatter. We were just talking earlier during Irina's check-in about acting on thoughts and whatnot. But one way to see this work, if we're pursuing enlightenment, pursuing awakening, I think I probably should say non-dual awakening because awakening can be like, you know, achieving our interdimensional star power, and purple light and things. So non-dual awakening. If we're moving towards that, we feel that call. Our thoughts come at such a rate. It's so fast, actually. There's so much. I do think there's value in investigating those thoughts, navigating those thoughts sometimes. We can see some deep seated patterns in our behavior. But many masters will say it's all just chatter. That the ultimate realization, the ultimate awakening is so transcendent of anything you could dig out of your personal stories, personal dramas, what you've got going on in your life, or what you think you have going on in your life, what you'd like to have going on in your life, but don't. That stuff is so trivial compared to this boon of awakening. Boon of awakening. And when we feel that for ourselves, this like, is that possible? Is that real? That I could exist so far independent of all the little murky stuff that I've got going on in my head and in my life. Part of you might say, no, 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 but my life is awesome. Or I really would like my life to be awesome. And that's just like, to me, it always felt like a very small little voice who was fighting for this thing to be something grander than it was. And don't get me wrong, I do think this experience of life is pretty beautiful, magical, wonderful, but it doesn't compare. It's not even in the same ballpark. as the freedom of our actual nature, awakening to that, enlightening our mind to that realization. And so sitting still is a protest on some level. It's activism. It's a protest. I'm not moving forward without myself. I'm not moving forward without this grandeur of being. I'm not going to go out into the world of objects and try to gather my happiness from them any longer. I have realized I can't get that lasting happiness from outside myself. And so if I can't get it from outside myself, I've got nowhere to go. I do not need to act on these thoughts that are telling me to go get something. I do not need to act on these thoughts that are telling me to go get something, whether it's an object, a feeling, or some understanding. Like you don't know enough already. And so when we sit still, we say, I'm going to endure this torrent, this fire hose of thoughts from my mind that are trying to get me to get back out there. A dawn, a light has happened in my inner consciousness that says, this is insane. This running about outside myself. And I don't want to run about anymore unless myself goes with me. And I'm aware of that. I'm going to stay put. I'm going to stay put. And the next time I move, should I ever move again? Because I'm that committed. Should I ever move again? It will only be because myself goes with me. It is this kind of sincerity that we bring to our sitting practice. Because if you think that there's something outside yourself that's going to give you a better shot at happiness, guess what? Practice is already over. You're going to daydream about it all the whole time. May as well get up and go try and get it. In the Tao Te Ching, it says, lucky is one who knows what is enough. So you've had enough of outside yourself. And eventually your mind starts to figure that out. And it will stop. It'll stop producing thoughts that get you to go outside yourself again. In the meantime, we have to endure a tumult. The mind has to exhaust itself. And there you remain, still upright, still kicking. Metaphorical kicking, because remember, you're not moving. I think there's a phrase like that, like you break in a horse or something, take a wild horse and you allow it to be trained, but it kicks and rears and kicks and rears because it doesn't trust the trainer yet. It doesn't know what it's like to be quiet and at poise and at ease. It's been wild. Your mind is doing this. When you sit still, you've put yourself in a little bit of a pen. I'm not going to let my body act out all these thoughts I have going on. And so the mind kicks and rears, kicks and rears. And it will look and look and look for anything to get you to get up. It'll tell you about the problems you have. You need more whatever, more money, more friends. You need food, you're hungry now. You need to move your knee. Your knee's going to explode if you don't move it. It'll tell you whatever it has to, whatever it can get you to care about. It's scheming, it's wheeling and dealing. And so you may find that you do care about something else, something worldly, even if it's just health. I don't know. Next week, one of you are going to start your own health podcast or something. The mind will find everything. It'll hide in every crevice, every nook and cranny. Oh, English muffins. Ooh, I could put butter on that. Oh, I haven't been eating butter. It's bad for me. I'll put on coconut oil. Oh, the toaster oven's not working. Maybe I'll go on Amazon, see if they have a sale. It'll tell you anything it wants to tell you. It'll make connections where there aren't any. And at the heart of this practice is your deep will, earnest sincerity to move on without going anywhere. And by grace, I guess, this dawn will happen where this space, sometimes it's just a little crevice, sometimes it's a chasm, this space outside your mind is revealed, outside that thought maker. This is the dawn of awakening, when you really know this space outside your thoughts. And with enough time, it just makes more and more light. And the mind gets pushed further away. It gets thinner because less and less of that story generator matters. No matter what your thoughts tell you, you have nothing to do. You cannot succeed or fail at this practice. You can go do something else and act on your thoughts, or you can stay here, be still, and let them fade away slowly, quickly, stubbornly. But if you just sit still long enough, they will come to an end, and what you are will remain. whatever your thoughts are telling you. Something you can ask ChatGPT when the meditation's over. Who knows? Endless chatter about things to pay attention to, things to care about. Current events, values, shiny toys. Let the chatter exhaust itself. Don't move. Don't act. Act on this inquiry. That you are beyond the mind. Realizing that is not the most important thing. It's the only thing. Because acting on thoughts, we cannot find our happiness out there. So for the meditation, don't do anything. Don't even try to stop your thoughts. You can't succeed or fail. Just realize you aren't doing it. You aren't making those thoughts. peace and the freedom that can be found in your thoughts is imaginary. Don't act on the thoughts. Remain still. Endure the urge, the temptation to entertain what is imaginary as real. Know your thoughts as imaginary. Then they are delightful. To mistake the imaginary for real is suffering. You can transcend this suffering. Your conviction must be stronger than your belief in your thoughts. Don't act. Don't move. Outgrow the impulse of the mind. Endure its tumult of thought and story. It will try to make you care, to make you opt in to its own generated world, to give your attention to things that are outside yourself. But it does not do this forever. You can outlast it. Your nature is everlasting. Do not be fooled by the story in your mind that tells you otherwise. It's just a thought, tiring itself out. Don't move. Don't act. Outgrow the impulses of your mind. The thoughts come to an end. You are endless. The next time you act, it will be actionless action. The will of the universe. The next time the body moves, the voice speaks, it is not from the ego. It is just the flow of things, the ways of nature. Let the conviction for your enlightenment, for your awakening, be greater than the cares and whims of the thoughts in your mind. Relax from the practice.